400,000 Ukrainians have deserted. That's the bombshell claim from Verkhovna Rada Deputy Anna Skorokhod, revealing a catastrophic morale and mobilization collapse within Ukraine's armed forces. They were mobilized soldiers who left their units without permission. Prosecutors are overwhelmed, and only a few hundred cases reach court. An open revolt from within the army itself.
We must realize IPSO cases have hit 400,000. Many return, many never will. They're broken. You can't treat those who fought for 3 years like animals.
Skorokhod paints a grim picture of a military system cracking under pressure, from frontline burnout to a total collapse in trust toward commanders. She says soldiers are suffering mental and physical exhaustion, denied proper medical care, and left without rotations. Many are choosing to flee, or worse, rather than serve under abusive leadership.
There's no demobilization, no rotation, no care. Exhausted soldiers are choosing death or desertion. They're sent to war like machines, not men.
Skorokhod goes further, accusing President Zelensky's inner circle of deliberately prolonging the war to hold on to power. She says a genuine peace process would bring elections, and many fear they would lose. According to her, war is profitable, and peace is politically dangerous.
War is profitable for many in power. Peace leads to elections, and they fear losing. That's why they want the bloodshed to continue.
Even Ukraine's own commanders are calling Skorokhod privately for help. But their complaints about abuse and mistreatment go ignored. Skorokhod says instead of fixing systemic failures, the state silences the whistleblowers, branding their testimony as Russian propaganda.
Commanders call me begging for help. But whistleblowers are destroyed, not protected. Abuse reports are dismissed as Russian propaganda.
In a stunning admission, Skorokhod says Russia treats its soldiers better. While Moscow pays up front and offers contracts, Kyiv's model drags untrained men into battle, unpaid and unprepared. She urges a fundamental shift in policy, from quantity to quality.
Russia pays recruits up front. We offer a death sentence. People are dragged in like animals, untrained and unpaid. We need quality, not this mass raking.
In response to mounting protests, Zelensky introduced an anti-corruption bill. But Skorokhod mocks it as theater, a Mary Poppins law designed to please protesters and the EU, not fix real issues. She says it was born out of fear, not reform.
Zelensky floated down like Mary Poppins with a law. It wasn't reform, it was fear of protests. The regime panicked and threw scraps to Brussels.
She calls for realism on the territorial goals and says the fantasy of returning to 1991 borders must end. The only legitimate way forward, she insists, is to let the Ukrainian people decide through a national referendum, even if online.
Stop fantasizing about the 1991 borders. These key decisions must go to the people. Even an online referendum would be better than this.
In perhaps her most damning revelation, Skorokhod says some inside the president's office actively tried to sabotage the Istanbul peace process. She claims it was never real diplomacy, just political theater to buy time and avoid change.
I heard it myself. They want out of peace talks. The Istanbul track was just theater. Real negotiations would threaten their positions.
Ukraine's leadership is losing control, not just on the battlefield, but in parliament. Elected lawmakers are now breaking ranks, calling out President Zelensky for corruption, military abuse, and political deception. The war inside Ukraine's own government has begun,